Okay, so welcome to the second part of the video, the formatting part of the video, where we're going to format a drive. To format a drive, a hard disk, a floppy disk or a flash drive even, it basically means you're preparing the chosen partition, which we did in the last video, on the drive to be used by an operating system by deleting all of the data and setting up a file system. The most popular file system to support Windows is NTFS, but sometimes FAT32 is also used. In Windows, formatting a partition is usually done from the disk management tool again. You can also format a drive using the format command in a command line interface like command prompt, but we're just going to be using the disk management system because it's just easier that way. It might help to know that a partition usually encompasses an entire physical hard drive. That's why we often say format a drive when in reality you're formatting a partition on the drive. It just so happens that in our case, and most cases, the partition is the whole of the drive. So it's quite important to note actually that formatting the C drive or whatever letter happens to identify the partition that Windows is installed on must be done from outside of Windows. So unfortunately this video won't be covering that. And if you're looking to do a clean install of Windows, so if you're looking to format an existing hard drive so you can install Windows on it, you don't have to manually format to do that, but you can. You don't have to though, but I'm not going to be going over that. I'm just going over formatting a new hard drive basically. So formatting a hard drive is a necessary step before it can be used. Formatting a hard drive involves erasing the data, as we've said. The best way to format a hard drive in Windows is by using the disk management tool, which is what we're going to be using. The steps involved in formatting a hard drive from the disk management tool can depend on the specific version of Windows you're running. I'm using Windows 8. Well, Windows 8.1, but it's the same thing. You might have to look elsewhere if you're not using Windows 8. You can only format a hard drive after you've partitioned it, so if you haven't partitioned the drive you want to format, you need to watch the first part of this video. A hard drive that you want to format but that you've already been using in Windows has already been partitioned. It's important to note you cannot format the C drive or whatever drive Windows is installed on. We've already said that, haven't we? It's important to note as well, when formatting in Windows, data may or may not actually be erased after formatting the drive. Depending on the type of format, it's very possible the data is still there, hidden from Windows and other operating systems, but still accessible in certain situations. So again, if you want to format a drive to wipe it, you need to look elsewhere again. If you need to wipe a hard drive, you need to look elsewhere. Unfortunately, this is just formatting it. Again, formatting a hard drive might sound difficult, but it's actually not really that hard. All operating systems include this basic feature, and Windows 8 actually makes it really easy. So it basically depends on the size of the drive, how long it's going to take, but it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. So what we need to do is we need to go back to our disk management, which is and our computer management here, which we were using in the last video. You want to find which drive you want to format from the list. We want to format disk D, disk 0, disk D. Once you've found the hard drive you want to format, you want to right click on it, and you want to click Format. This small window will come up called Format D, or format whatever drive letter. It's very important to pick the correct drive you want to format, because like I say, you will more than likely delete everything that's on that drive if you pick the wrong thing. In the volume label text box, either leave the drive name as it is or give it a new name. I'm just going to call it new volume because that's easier, that's the best. There's no point in changing it really. For file system, choose NTFS unless there's a specific reason you want to use one of the other ones. Well, there isn't another one for this one, but you can use FAT32, but leave it as NTFS unless you've got a specific reason you want to change it. Allocation size you want to set to default, unless again you have a specific reason to set it to a different size, but leaving it as default is absolutely fine. Windows 8 suggests that you perform a quick format, but I recommend unchecking that option so that a full format is run. Quick format. When a full format is run, basically a one-pass write zero data wipe is performed, which is great for previously used drives actually, as well as error checking on each sector of the hard drive. A quick format skips both the error checking and the basic data sanitization. It will be a lot faster, but you miss out on two important things. You'll probably find the enable file and folder compression option unchecked, and I recommend keeping that way. It can be enabled to save on disk space, and you're welcome to enable it if you think you might benefit from it. However, most drives are so large today that the trade-off between the save space and lower drive performance isn't really worth it. So after you've got that all set up, click OK. You'll get a warning coming up. Click OK to that again, and it'll start to format straight away. You want to keep track of the formatting process. It'll be somewhere on here. It's normally in the status field, wherever that is. Yeah. It normally gives a percentage. Okay. Like I say, it could take a very long time to format a hard drive in Windows 8 if the drive is large and or your computer is slow. Windows 8 might format a smaller 2 GB hard drive in seconds. Well, if you've got a 2 or 3 TB hard drive, it could take hours, basically. So now that after it's done, I'm going to wait for it to do. It's really not exciting, you just have to watch it. Now that Windows 8 has formatted the hard drive, you can use it to install programs, store photos, music, backup data, whatever else you have planned for it. And yeah, that's it. There you go, there's the percentage. So this is going to take quite a while. It's only done 1% now. So after this is done, I will be able to use this hard drive, and again, once it's done for you, you'll be able to use your hard drive as well. So if you've got any problems, like I say, leave a comment. I'll do my best to try and help you out. And again, thank you for watching.